Welcome to today's NBA Basketball Western Conference Game 7 edition of Rocket Launch Sports Picks. My name is Jonathan. It is a pleasure to come to you live once again. If you're looking for a UEFA Champions League edition, go to our videos. It is up. It is going. But we got two very exciting games here, and they are both happening this afternoon, this morning, tonight, depending on where you are. We got a huge Game 7. Tuesday's free picks for the Game 6 went 1 for 3. We were able to see Jalen Williams. He's actually looking like he's not going to play in this Game 7. Looks like he's battling some injury issues, but not much from him in the Game 6. It looked like he was really compromised. Chet Holmgren, 11 rebounds. He had a very, very solid game. And De'Aaron Fox has been quite a story of this in this series, not shooting very well, not really getting it done for San Antonio. And obviously in the game on Thursday, he was able to, in spite of on Thursday, in spite of him not really shooting well, San Antonio was still able to get a very solid win. With that, we look at the Oklahoma City box score. Obviously, Jalen Williams off the bench, 26 minutes, only 4 points, 2 for 6 from the field. And you can also see Chet Holmgren, a very solid game. He was able to do 10 points and 11 rebounds for a very solid double-double, going 4 for 8 from the field, so very efficient. But you can see Jared McCain, 4 for 11. That was just not his night, and really not the night for the Thunder at all. 37.2% from the field. You contrast that with a much closer to league average, 46.6% from the Spurs. That also included 36% from three. So really, honestly, a very league average shooting night for San Antonio, but their defensive intensity was so high. SGA never got into rhythm. 15 points, 6 for 18, and that's another thing. It's just very streaky play from SGA throughout the postseason, at least when it comes to field goal attempts. And this was just one of those rough games for all. And we look at San Antonio. De'Aaron Fox obviously did not have a good game, shooting 1 for 9. And it's just been a consistent theme again. He missed the first game because of the injury, but since he's come back, just hasn't shot very well. I believe he's at 33% for the entire series. Champagnie also hadn't had bad shooting days, but he's been good the last couple games. He's 4 for 8 from the field here. Victor Wembanyama, 10 for 21. We'll talk about him. He's part of our props for today. 28 points, 10 rebounds, double-double. Devin Vassell, 12 points, 4 for 7. Very, very efficient day on his end as well. And really, all they got from the bench in terms of scoring, in terms of much scoring, was Dylan Harper. 22 minutes, very good game, 6 for 8 from the field. He made 4 free throws. A lot of good things on the end of Dylan Harper. And you can also look, if you look at the turnover column, besides Victor Wembanyama turning the ball over 3 times, no one else turned the ball over more than once. They did a great job taking care of the ball. A lot of great things happening for the San Antonio Spurs. And they just could really hope for more of the same here in Oklahoma City in Game 7. With that being said, we had 2 paid picks. We picked Stephon Castle to have over 5.5 free throw attempts, and that also went through. You can see some of the analysis there. A lot of playing time for him. He's also shooting more free throws, or getting that 5.5 mark, or 6 or more often this season than last season. So it's really been a trend for Stephon Castle to play more of an offensive role, attack the baskets, and he's done just that, and we can expect more of the same tonight. Jared McCain is also one that we expected. Despite not shooting very well, he did make 2 3-pointers, so that went over 1.5 3-point field goals. That's 3-point field goals made, and you can see right there that San Antonio does allow quite a bit of threes to the shooting guard position, and we expect that they're going to get some good looks tonight, and they really have all season. We're going to break that all down. Let's get to it. Enough of Game 6. We move on from Game 6, and we go to the winner-take-all Game 7. Here in the winner-take-all Game 7, we got Stefan Castle going over 25.5 points, rebounds, and assists. They need him to run the offense, and they need him to run the offense well. Then we got Victor Wembanyama. They need a big game from him. They need him to really find his looks, create, and shoot. 29.5 points and assists for Victor Wembanyama. It will be very interesting to see, will the Oklahoma City Thunder overload on Wembanyama? Will they try to get double teams? We'll have to see. And SGA, 9.5 free throw attempts. So another big story. A lot of flops, a lot of driving to the hoop, a lot of finding the right shots. Let's see how SGA will do, but we expect him over 9.5 free throws today. So Victor Wembanyama, 29.5 points and assists. That is something that he has done in 5 out of the last 10 and 10 of the last 20. But you can see in all 3 of the games that the Spurs have won in this series, he has gone over 29.5 points and assists. You can see at this point when Victor Wembanyama takes more of a load in the offense, the Spurs are a better team. And I think it's become so obvious at this point to where you just gotta give him the chance to create. Just like I said, 43% hit rate over the entire season. He is attempting 16.4 field goals on average in the last 10 games. But once again, look at Game 1, look at Game 4, look at Game 6. Those 3 games that the Spurs won, so much more field goals than the 15 or 16 that he shot in the 3 losses in this series. They really need him to get good looks, and they need a very well-balanced offense from San Antonio today, stretching the floor, penetrating, Stefan Castle making his moves. Again, we'll talk about him. With that, he is averaging 28, 11, and 3 in this series. So you can see his averages in the entire series add up to 31.5 when it comes to points and assists. That right there should say it all. In a winner-take-all Game 7, he needs to be a big performer, and we expect that he will be a big performer here in this Game 7. Let's go to SGA over 9.5 field goal attempts. This is not so much about the hit rate. It is a 30% hit rate right here. Both 30% in the last 10, 40% in the last 20. So throughout much of this postseason so far, Oklahoma City's played 14 games, so that's encompasses the last 6 of the regular season as well. SGA also head-to-head against the Spurs, besides 2 of the games in this series. The last bar, that last green bar on the left, is from the regular season. Besides that, it was just in 2 of the 6 games here in the series. But it's not so much about the hit rate as much as it's about the way that Oklahoma City's played offense, particularly in this postseason. They are first in field goal percentage, first in free throw percentage. They have been the most efficient offense, and that's something that they're really going to have to rely on in this winner-take-all Game 7. I think Coach Daigneault knows that. He knows that they need to stay true to the plays that they run, and they need to stay true to having SGA attack the basket as much as they can. They know that when SGA attacks the basket, they are a better team. He's also attempted 9.8 free throws per game in this postseason. That's compared to his career mark of 7.3. So again, this postseason, he has gotten to the line a lot more, even though, yes, some games he gets there quite a bit. But in Game 7, they need him to get there. They need him to be someone who is disruptive, putting the team in the best positions. And that is something that we will expect to see from SGA tonight. Before we get to it, we are affiliated with Betr. For those of you who have not yet, go ahead and sign up with Betr. You will get your 2 sweat-free tokens with the code ROCKETUPSB. That link is in the description. That link is in our stand store as well. We got both of those links in the description. Stephon Castle, 25.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Stephon Castle played a big part in the Game 6 staying alive. They needed to play a big part in the Game 7, and that is what we are expecting. Stephon Castle's done that in 9 out of 10, 17 out of the last 20, and he's also doing it in 10 out of 14. So this is one of those high hit rate kind of picks. He gets quite a bit of balance in this offense. We're expecting more of that same. Also in the regular season, that big 77% hit rate, but also in these recent games, potential assists. If you don't know what potential assists is, that is simply every time he either makes a play, dishes out a pass where there's a pretty high percentage shot, or simply it is an assist. So either he gets an assist or gets it to where maybe he made a high percentage play for a teammate and then a teammate missed it. This is one of those games where in Game 7, San Antonio shoots well. He will definitely be getting plenty of assists. We've seen some very good shooting games from San Antonio. We've seen some not so great shooting games. But again, Stephon Castle, very balanced contributor for San Antonio, and they need every bit of balance that he can bring to the Game 7. And if we got 2 more paid picks, that will be in Winnable. Go ahead and find that link in the description as well. That is a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Game 7. Hope you all enjoy the Game 7. For those of you who love soccer as well, enjoy the Champions League final. Our breakdown can be found in the videos. The finals start on Wednesday. We will recap these picks on Wednesday because that is when the finals begin. And I believe it is going to be the winner of the Western Conference who will take on the hosting duties here in the Game 1 of the Western the finals. At least we know Oklahoma City. If Oklahoma City wins, it will be there, but I believe even in San Antonio as well. It will be a very exciting finals. The Knicks are waiting. They're going to have a whole week off. Let's see how that's going to affect them. But we will be back with basketball on Wednesday. Expect plenty of baseball the next 3 days. Let's go launch with purpose. Happy Game 7. Let's get it.